On today's Toy Spot, we're going to be having a look at the exclusive Nightmare on Elm Street Fred Krueger figure from Neca. This was a convention exclusive, and I figured really with the release of the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, which I just saw, incredible movie, incredible, I loved it, it was awesome. I figured I'd go back and do a review of the original Fred Krueger, Robert Englund himself. And this comes to us from Neca, Real Toys. A nice picture down below of Fred Krueger, which actually is not the actor. It's a picture of the action figure. So it just goes to show the sculpt that they've put into the figure. They've done a really incredible job. It also carries over onto the side here. We've got 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. 5, 6, grab a crucifix. You know the rest. If you don't, you're probably not even watching this review. On the back, Nightmare on Elm Street Fred Krueger. The read-up says, a bastard son of 100 maniacs, Freddy grew up violent and alone. His sociopathic behavior culminated with a series of child murders in the Elm Street area of Springwood, Ohio. While standing trial for his crimes, Freddy was set free on a legal technicality. Outraged, the families of the victims sought justice themselves. Freddy Krueger was burned alive by his Elm Street neighbors. Years later, Freddy returned to terrorize the descendants of the Elm Street families in their dreams. Whatever you do, don't fall asleep. And then we've actually got a nice little amalgamation of different things on the back here too. Sleep kills, I don't know if you can see it there. And down below, we've got the 18-inch Freddy from Nightmare on Elm Street, and Jason, I don't know why I had a tough time getting that out, but Jason from Friday the 13th Part 7, A New Blood. Fantastic. So, let's not wait any longer. What we'll do, we'll get this opened up. We will have a better look at Fred Krueger, the original. So stay tuned, guys. There's so much more to come. Stay tuned. Alright, Fred Krueger here utilizes the same body, at least from the neck down, the same body as the Freddy from the Jason and Freddy vs. Jason box set from Neca. Right actually down to the fact that his alternate head is also the same head that came with that set. It doesn't look like the hat is removable on Freddy. It doesn't look like it, but let's give you guys a look at the head here. Not one of the best heads for Freddy. There are, I think, a lot nicer Freddys out there. The set itself, a little disappointing, but it does come with an alternate head. You can take the head off of Robert Englund, really though, or Fred Krueger in this case, really though, taking it off and putting Freddy's head on, probably not really the reason why you would have bought this figure. I'm sure if you picked up this figure, it's likely you already have the 2-pack, the Freddy vs. Jason 2-pack, so there's no sense in having him with the Freddy head. A little easier than really what it should be to take these heads off. They're not really much in the way of a ball joint as much as it is just a peg. As you can see, you can make out Freddy's spine there. You just simply pull it out. A nice bloodied stump there also. But yes, I'll just show you guys the head one more time. That's not the sell, I think, of this figure. And what we'll do is we'll put on Robert Englund's, I keep saying Robert Englund, really Fred Krueger's head here. As you can see, an incredible sculpt here on Fred Krueger. It definitely looks exactly like Robert Englund. Sadly, being that this is a retool to some extent of the same body from the Freddy vs. Jason. Unfortunately, he's got that pre-posed hunch to him. Would have been nice, really, if you just had straight legs. Or you could bend at the knees, but or something along those lines, because as it is right now, first of all, you'll notice through this entire review so far, I've had to hold Fred because poor Fred doesn't really want to stand the way his feet are positioned. You'll also notice, too, that he's still got the pegs from the Freddy vs. Jason set. Detailing, though, despite the fact it is just a same mold, detailing just as nice as the original. Nice work done in the sweater and everything else. The glove is I think, I don't know if I said it at the time that I did the review of the Freddy vs. Jason box set, but this is probably one of the nicest Fred gloves or Freddy Krueger gloves of all the Nightmare on Elm Street figures released. Between the sculpt on the blades, the length of the blades, I might add as well, they actually still one of my favorite Freddy gloves in a figure. If it's really not your thing to have Fred Krueger with the glove, I mean, some people, I personally, and might hold off my judgment until I get this hand off here. There we go. One thing I do actually comment until after I've said it here. Okay, that's what I thought. I was gonna say, when I was opening up the package, on Freddy, he did come with an alternate hand, and for the life of me, it didn't look like it should have gone in with the gloved hand. And I kept saying to myself, no, that doesn't look right, but I took it off anyways. Makes perfect sense now. He does also come with an alternate hand. See there, it's gashed open there. The reason for it, also, one of the features that Fred Krueger does come with is a well-painted, actually, little child's doll. I kept it really in his hand for the sake of the review. He's actually got the clear elastics that are keeping the doll in his hand. It makes sense now that I see it, that you can actually take the hand out, which is really smart, because then you can keep the doll in the elastic hand, and you can just take it out entirely, and then you can swap it out with his alternate hand. It's strange, really, how they've posed his hand, because the way his arm is, it looks like he's either asking for a drink, like, hey, give me a drink, or he wants to ask for money. It's a very strange hand. And again, it just goes back to the point that the way he's pre-posed, unfortunately takes away from this figure, I hate to say it. And had he just been a straight figure, you know, completely straight, regular arms, you know, everything else, and just had a standard swivel in the shoulders and maybe a jointed elbow, it probably would have been fine. But unfortunately, just because he is posed this way, he definitely looks like a pedophile the way he's hunched over. I know that's terrible. He's in the way of his articulation, though, Fred Krueger has the articulated head. Again, you can't turn it too much, because then all of a sudden the head pops out, as you can see. But he's got the articulated shoulder. He's got the articulated forearm. You can also rotate at the hand. Not leaving you really with much option in the way of how you can have the figure positioned. Same thing on the other side. Rotation in the forearm as well, also in the hand. The hand really just doesn't look right to me. Doesn't look like he has any articulation in the waist, but he does have the articulation in his feet, and that is it. You know what? I'm just going to take the hand out right now, because this hand is not working for me. We'll put in the doll hand. There we go. That's a little nicer, I think. It's a great figure. You know, it is a nicely sculpted figure. Also, for giggles, I'll move him aside, and I'll bring in the Jackie Earle remake Freddy, or Fred Krueger, just to kind of give you guys a comparison. the passing of the torch, or the passing of the doll, if you will. It's now up to you. Just kind of give you guys a comparison between the two. Very different, obviously, in design. This figure, the figure has great sculpt in the head, great sculpt in all the other places, but unfortunately suffers from the fact that he's pre-posed. It also would have been nice if they gave him, they swapped out and gave him a human hand for the glove as well. But really, for how he's positioned, what could you do with a human hand just jetting out like that? The Fred Krueger here, I am going to give... I want to give him higher than what I'm probably going to be giving him, but I'm going to give him a 7. He's great sculpt, great figure, looks like Robert Englund, but suffers terribly from the fact that he's pre-posed. Just wish he would have been straight, that's all. But that was a toy spot. Today we were looking at the convention exclusive, the 7-inch Fred Krueger from Neca in all his splendor. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more toy spots to come. There's many more. And I will see you guys next time.